With the new iPad OS quickly approaching, it seems like just about everyone has jumped onto the iPad Pro bandwagon lately. That now includes me. But it isn't really an iPad Pro if it isn't paired with a keyboard, right? I'm Alex with Hypnotech, and this is the Zagg Messenger Folio for the iPad Pro 11-inch, and it sells for $69, which is almost $100 less than Apple's own official keyboard. That fact alone gives this product credibility. Although I have to say right off the bat, I had a tricky time getting that iPad into place. It's a vastly different approach than that of the Fruit Giant's magnetic Folio keyboard. But once that iPad is in place and you don't plan on detaching it much, it functions and transitions to your usage just fine. The Messenger Folio sits in place elegantly and provides that professional appearance that the iPad Pro aims to provide. Be prepared to add plenty of bulk though. As far as fabric wrap cases goes, this one is thick to say the least. You won't worry about damaging the exterior of this tablet when it's wrapped around the Zagg. I can literally stick my entire distal phalange, yes, I googled what that was, into the camera hole. That is deep. The keyboard has indentures that keep loose parts from rubbing each other, and that's definitely nice to lock everything into place when transporting. The trade-off is just how much thicker this thing really is, and I'm not exaggerating. At this point, you may as well just buy an Ultrabook, as it eliminates the portable appeal of an iPad to begin with when you have this case on. Look at it side by side, a Surface laptop too. This is an actual laptop. It's not even close how much thicker this is. This particular keyboard case opens out like a Surface Pro in that the flap extends and offers support to prop up the tablet. The main difference, though, is the use of a fabric strip to arc the case. I don't know how much I really trust this to hold up, though. I have a feeling this piece will be the first to go through vigorous use of opening and setting up the iPad dozens and dozens of times a day. One positive about the fabric is that it is sensitive enough to allow you to adjust the iPad in two viewing angles. The imprint of this case, however, is enormous. It takes up so much desk space to prop up. You'll definitely have difficulties resting it onto smaller tables. Not to mention this particular case doesn't allow for on-the-go usage. Now onto the Bluetooth keyboard aspect of the case, which is probably why you're here. I really like the excellent spacing of the keys on the Messenger Folio. Its layout is absolutely terrific. It really feels like a laptop experience, which many keyboard cases fail to compete here. It's a very natural typing experience that I took no time to adapt to. Some other keyboards in this price range take liberties to match the lower price point, but this one doesn't cheap out on the typing experience whatsoever. Add in a row of shortcut keys for iOS on top of the satisfying depth of each click, and I am at least a fan of the keyboard experience if nothing else. Say what you want about Apple's own keyboard, but one thing no one can argue is how clean it looks when mounted, and not to mention how efficient the design is with the magnetic connector. It's flawless to use. The Messenger Folio just can't compete in that field as it requires charging through micro USB. That's another cable you'll have to bring with you beside your USB-C cable. Although the battery will last you a solid few weeks on a charge and the keys are fantastic for a sub $100 price point, I just can't help but appreciate the default head honcho in this space. You lose some of that protection, but Apple's own keyboard case just nails the user experience in simplicity, elegance, in so many more ways than that of Zagg's. But if you aren't willing to shell out Nintendo Switch-like dollars for an accessory, and really, why do you even need to? The difference in design philosophies may not be that big of an issue when Benjamins are at stake.
And that's it. Be sure to subscribe here. Hit the bell button so you don't miss any of our videos, and check out our other videos right here. Until next time,